अस्सलाम वालेकुम तमाम दोस्तों को टेस्ट पर पहचान MCQs के चैनल में खुशामदीद कहते हैं। और इस वीडियो में आप लोगों के लिए जो रिसेंटली पेपर हुआ है इंस्पेक्टर इनलैंड रेवेन्यू का FPSC के थ्रू 27/2/2022 को वो कंप्लीट डिस्कस करने वाला हूँ। इसके अलावा जिन लोगों ने अभी तक चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया सब्सक्राइब कर लें ताकि इस तरह के मजीद पास पेपर और जॉब के रिलेटेड अलर्ट आप लोगों तक बर वक्त पहुँचती रहे। और कमेंट में ज़रूर बताएं अगर कोई भी चीज़ ज़रूरत हो। वीडियो स्टार्ट करते हैं। सबसे पहले नोट है जी, आपका जो 80% था वो आपका इंग्लिश, FBR, टैक्स एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन, रिफॉर्म इन पाकिस्तान, सेल्स टैक्स एक्ट और फेडरल एक्साइज एक्ट, ये आपके 80 नंबर का मार्क्स का पेपर इंक्लूड था। आगे स्टार्ट करते हैं, पेपर की तरफ जाते हैं। फर्स्ट ऑफ MCQs था बिहाइंड देयर इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स इज डैश फ्रेज। फर्स्ट ऑप्शन है एन एडजेक्टिव, एडवर्बल, अ नाउन या नन ऑफ दीज। करेक्ट आंसर है ऑप्शन बी, एन एडवर्बल फ्रेज है। नेक्स्ट है एंग्रीली अक्रॉस द स्टेज इस फ्रेज। फर्स्ट ऑप्शन है एडजेक्टिवल, एडवर्बियल, अ नाउन या नन ऑफ दीज। करेक्ट आंसर है इसका ऑप्शन बी, एन एडवर्बियल फ्रेज। नेक्स्ट है द शॉर्ट्स मेंबर ऑफ द ग्रुप अक्रॉस द मैड कंटेन डैश नंबर ऑफ फ्रेजेस। फर्स्ट ऑप्शन है 1, 2, 3 या नन ऑफ दीज। इसका करेक्ट आंसर ऑप्शन सी, 3, इसमें 3 फ्रेजेस मौजूद हैं। नेक्स्ट है एन एग्जाम्पल ऑफ रिलेटिव सबऑर्डिनेट क्लॉज इज। फर्स्ट ऑप्शन है बिकॉज द कैट वाज लेजी, विच वाज नॉर्मल, एज द बेबी वांटेड ब्रेकफास्ट या नन ऑफ दीज। करेक्ट आंसर है ऑप्शन बी, विच वाज नॉर्मल जो है ये एग्जाम्पल है रिलेटिव सबऑर्डिनेट क्लॉज की। आगे नेक्स्ट है व्हाट इज द नेम ऑफ द मैन दैट gave us a lift। फर्स्ट ऑप्शन है he, what, who या none of these। करेक्ट आंसर है ऑप्शन सी, who gave us a lift। नेक्स्ट है what was the notice dash। फर्स्ट ऑप्शन है at that you were looking, you were looking, you were looking at या none of these। करेक्ट आंसर ऑप्शन बी, you were looking। आगे नेक्स्ट है Susan is the woman dash husband is in हॉस्पिटल। फर्स्ट ऑप्शन है हर, हर्स, द, हुज या नन ऑफ दीज। करेक्ट आंसर ऑप्शन सी, हुज हस्बैंड इज इन हॉस्पिटल। नेक्स्ट है योर डैश लास्ट ईयर इज अ नाइस ओल्ड सिटी। फर्स्ट ऑप्शन है आई विजिटेड, दैट आई विजिटेड, विच आई विजिटेड या नन ऑफ दीज। करेक्ट आंसर ऑप्शन सी, विच आई विजिटेड लास्ट ईयर इज अ नाइस ओल्ड सिटी। नेक्स्ट है द एक्सीडेंट वॉज सीन बाय सम पीपल डैश एट अ बस स्टॉप। फर्स्ट ऑप्शन है वेटेड, वेटिंग, वर वेटिंग या नन ऑफ दीज। करेक्ट आंसर ऑप्शन बी, वेटिंग एट अ बस स्टॉप। नेक्स्ट है आई जस्ट हैड टू टेक द डॉग आउट डैश ऑफ द ऑफुल वेदर। फर्स्ट ऑप्शन है ऑल्थो, डिस्पाइट, इंस्पाइट या नन ऑफ दीज। करेक्ट आंसर ऑप्शन सी, in spite of the awful weather। नेक्स्ट है अन्ना put the electric fire on dash warm। फर्स्ट ऑप्शन है for getting, in order get या to get या none of these। इसका करेक्ट आंसर है ऑप्शन ए, for getting warm। आगे नेक्स्ट MCQs है if dash my passport I will be in trouble। फर्स्ट ऑप्शन है I lost, I will lost, I lost या none of these। करेक्ट आंसर ऑप्शन है I lost my passport I will be in trouble। नेक्स्ट है I haven't got a ticket if dash one I could get in। फर्स्ट ऑप्शन है I had, I didn't have या I had या I have या none of these। इसका करेक्ट आंसर है ऑप्शन बी, I had one I could get in। नेक्स्ट है if the bus to airport hadn't been so late we dashed the plane। फर्स्ट ऑप्शन है caught, had caught, would be caught या none of these। करेक्ट आंसर है ऑप्शन सी, would be caught the plane। नेक्स्ट है the chemist store was opened so luckily I dash buy some aspirin। फर्स्ट ऑप्शन है can, can't, was able to या none of these। करेक्ट आंसर है ऑप्शन सी, was able to buy some aspirin। आगे नेक्स्ट है we had a party last night dash spent all morning clearing up। फर्स्ट ऑप्शन है I must have, I have been to, I have had to या none of these। करेक्ट आंसर है ऑप्शन सी, I have had to spend all morning clearing up। नेक्स्ट है द हाउस वाज डैश बिल्डिंग। फर्स्ट ऑप्शन है अ नाइस ओल्ड स्टोन, अ नाइस स्टोन ओल्ड, अ स्टोन ओल्ड नाइस, या नन ऑफ दीज। करेक्ट आंसर ऑप्शन है अ नाइस ओल्ड स्टोन बिल्डिंग। नेक्स्ट है दिस डिटेल्ड मैप इज द एटलस। फर्स्ट ऑप्शन है मोर यूजफुल एज, मोर यूजफुल देन, यूजफुलर एज, या नन ऑफ दीज। करेक्ट आंसर ऑप्शन बी मोर यूजफुल देन द एटलस। नेक्स्ट है आई हैव रीड दिस पैराग्राफ 3 times and I dash understand it, can't still understand, can't yet understand, still can't understand, या none of these। correct answer option C still can't understand it। next है this place get dash crowded with tourists every summer। first option है always more, crowded and more, more and more, none of these। correct answer option C more and more crowded with tourists every summer। next है the federal constitution fund constitutes। first option है federal government revenues, federal government expenditures, या federal government reserves, या none of these। correct answer है option A federal government revenues। आगे next है the divisional pool consists of all major taxes of the federal government except। first option है income tax and federal excise duty, custom duty and regulatory duty, cess and levies, या none of these। correct answer option C cess and levies। next है the president constitution the national finance commission NFC after। first option है every 2 years, every 3 years, every 5 years, या none of these। correct answer option C every 5 years। next है the role of the State Bank of Pakistan is to ensure all of the following except। first option है reserves, open market operation, या living taxes, या none of these। correct answer option C living taxes। next है fiscal policy addresses। first option है taxation, government spending, both A and B, या none of these। correct answer option C both A and B। next है dash is the rate at which the price of goods and services increase। first option है inflation, consumerism, capitalism, या none of these। correct answer है option A inflation। next है per capita income of Pakistan in 2020 was। first option है $1,194, या $1025, या $5995, या none of these। correct answer है option A $1194। next है what is the capital account। first option the sum total of the country's savings, या sum total of total expenditures, या sum total of the country's income, या none of these। correct answer है option C sum total of country's income। next है in economic term bull is। first option है the opposite of bear, an investor who accept the price of security to rise, या both A and B, या none of these। correct answer है option C both A and B। next है the long run pattern of economic growth and recession is called। first option है a business cycle, an annual budget, a project cycle, या none of these। correct answer है option A a business cycle। next है a budget deficit occurs। first option है when income is less than expenditures, when loans are less than grants, when earning is less than debit serving, या none of these। correct answer है option C when earning is less than debit servicing। next है when the value of currency appreciates its mean that। first option है cost of international trade has increased, या cost of international trade has decreased, या lesser good can be purchased from the international market, या none of these। correct answer option B cost of international trade has decreased। next which of the following is an example of direct taxation। first option a living taxes on salaries, living taxes on purchase, living taxes on supplies, या none of these। correct answer option A living taxes on salaries। next है assess liabilities. First option है debit, profit, equity, none of these. Correct answer option C, equity. Next portion है tax administrative reforms in Pakistan. First option है domestic revenue mobilization is a key to regularize sustainable development and providing the fiscal space fund. First option है trade deficit, current account deficit, public expenditures, none of these. Correct answer option C, public expenditures. Next है Pakistan tax revenues heavily rely on. First option है federal taxes, provincial taxes, local body taxes या none of these. Correct answer है option A, federal taxes. Next है FBR tax expenditures was at dash of the GDP in 17 and 18. First option है 2%, 5%, 7% या none of these. Correct answer है option A, 2%. Next है according to the Doing Business Report 2018, it take about dash hour to make 47 annual tax payments. First option है 211, 311, 411 या none of these. Correct answer option B, 311 hours to make 47 annual tax payments. Next है a tax system usually compromises tax policy and audit, tax reforms and automation, tax policy and revenue administration या none of these. Correct answer option C, tax policy and revenue administration. Next है progressive taxation means. First option, the more you earn the higher is the rate of tax, the more you earn the lesser is the rate of tax, the rate of tax remain constant या none of these. Correct answer option A, the more you earn the higher is the rate of tax. Next है which one of these taxes is not levies on property. First option property tax, withholding tax, federal excise duty या none of these. Correct answer है option C, federal excise duty. Next है as on 28 to 2021 income tax return for tax year 2020 reached 2.8 million compared to. First option है 2.5 million, 2.5 million last year या 2.6 million last year या none of these. इसका correct answer है option C, 2.6 million last year. Next है IRIS LMS is software of FBR. First option है for litigation management and reporting, for audit management and reporting, for enforcement management and reporting या none of these. Correct answer option A, for litigation management and reporting. Next है for verification of ATL status under Income Tax Ordinance 2001 SMS your CNIC on 9955 या 9966 या 9977 या none of these. Correct answer option B, 9966. Next है in compliance with direction of dash chairman hold regular a Kacharachi at FBR headquarter. First option है Prime Minister, President, Finance Minister या none of these. Correct answer है option A, Prime Minister chairman hold regular e Karachi at FBR headquarter. Next है under Pakistan's single window PSW project, more than dash different department full coverage on one platform for facilitation of the business community. First option है 10, 30, 70 या none of these. Correct answer इसका 70. Next है harmonization of sales tax between federation and federating unit is making headway under the umbrella of. First option है National Tax Commission, National Tax Committee, National Tax Council या none of these. Correct answer option C, National Tax Council. Next is the total tax collection of FBR during financial year 17 and 18 was. First option है 3644 billion, 37 and 44 billion, 38 and 44 billion या none of these. Correct answer option C, 38, 44 billion. Next है the total tax collection of in 18 and 19 is correct answer है 38 and 29 billion. Next portion is Sales Tax Act 1990 as amendment up to July 2021. First option is schedules mean. First option is schedule of payment of tax, a list of taxpayers, schedule appended of sales tax 1990. None of these. Correct answer option C, schedule appended to Sales Tax Act 1990. Next, whistleblower is a person who, first option is registered but not paying sales tax, always deserve rewards, is involved in tax fraud. None of these. Correct answer none of these. Next, computerized system means. First option, all the computer of the taxpayers, computer on which a sales tax return is filed, any information technology system used by the board. None of these. Correct answer option C, any information technology system used by the board. Next, TRA retailer means retailer. First option, operating as a unit of the chain of the stores, who is not as a wholesaler, whose shop measure 100 square feet or more. None of these. Correct answer option A, operating as a unit of chain of stores. Next, in case of change of rate of tax, a taxable supply shall be charged to tax. First option, at such rate which is in force for that month, at the rate of the 71%, at the rate was decided by the commission IR. None of these. Correct answer option D, none of these. Next, whereby a deliberate act a tax has not been levied, the person liable to pay that tax shall be. First option, served with the notice under the section 11 of the act, arrested and prosecuted, warned in writing. None of these. Correct answer option A, served with the notice under the section 11 of the act. Next, the board may appoint special audit panels comprising of. First option is Inland Revenue Officer and Chartered Account. Next, an economist and auditor. Any person the board may be like to choose. None of these. Correct answer option A, Inland Revenue Officer or Chartered Account. Next, any person who failed to issue any invoice shall pay a penalty of. First option, 10% of the amount of tax involved, 5% of the amount of tax involved, 5,000 or 3% of the tax involved, whenever is a higher. None of these. Correct answer option C. Next, arrears of the sale tax can be recovered by. First option, sales of property of the defaulters, selling of his assets, stopping of his vehicles. None of these. Correct answer option A, sale of property of the defaulter. Next, for any amount due to the refund to the taxpayer, a claim should be only be filed. First option, electronically, within 1 month, within 1 year. None of these. Correct answer option A, electronically. Next, if the value of supply of agriculture produce exceeds content amount that the same are chargeable to the sales tax. इसका correct answer है option D, none of these. Next है supply in sales tax include. Correct answer है इसका option B, sales of idea and innovation. Next है cottage industry mean an industry which, first option, has no industrial gas connection, is located in rural areas, has labor force of less than 5 people. None of these. Correct answer, has no industrial gas connection. Next है sales tax on all the services under the domain of. First option, provinces of Pakistan, federal government, या both A and B. None of these. Correct answer, none of these. Next है assessment of the tax and determination of tax liability. First option are the same thing, different from each other, done by the taxpayer. None of these. Correct answer option B, different from the easier. Again, next portion है Federal Excise Act 2005. First option, the word wholesale dealer is defined in. Correct answer option B, subsection 25 of section 2 of the Act. Next is the federal board. The board is empowered to levy fee and service charges for the valuation. Correct answer option B, with the approval of federal minister in charge. Next, who is required to provide and make the arrangement for the providing real-time access information to the board. Correct answer option A, NADRA. Next है who has the power to share data and information including real time data and videos. Correct answer है option C, the board. Next है which section of the act provides mechanism for the surviving or notice and other documents. Correct answer option B, section 47. Next है who does constitute audit panel special for the conducting audit for the registered person. Correct answer option C, the board. Next है who is required to obtain the brand license for the each brand or stocks keeping unit. Correct answer option C, the manufacturers of the specified goods. Next है time limitation for the allowing the refund of the duty is. Correct answer option B, 1 year of its accrual. Next है who is empowered to the post and officer of inland revenue to premises for the registered person. Correct answer है the board. Next है where recovery of tax has been stayed by the High Court by an order, the validity of the interim order shall be. Correct answer option B, for the person of the 6 months unless the appeal is decided or such order with withdraw. Next is time limitation for the detection of dispute referred by the board to alternate dispute resolution committee is. Correct answer 120 days of its appointments. Next is the word sales tax mood is defined. Correct answer option B, subsection 21A of section 2 of the act. Next is non-tariff area means. Correct answer option C, Azad Kashmir and Jammu Kashmir, Northern area and such other territories and areas which Federal Excise Act does not apply. Next है where the appellant is company the principal fee is the appeal before the commissioners against any assessed order is. Correct answer option C, 5,000. Next है the rate of amelioration of recombinant expenditures is. Correct answer none of these. Next है offshore evader includes. Correct answer option A, a person who owns or beneficial owner of an offshore assets. Next in case of any employee share scheme. Correct answer option A, the value of right acquired shares shall be chargeable to tax. Next है foreign source income means. Correct answer is option A, any income earned by the Pakistan citizen while working out of Pakistan. And next है alternate corporate tax means. Correct answer none of these. आई होप आप लोगों को वीडियो पसंद आई होगी। वीडियो को ज़रूर लाइक कर दें और कमेंट में ज़रूर बताएं कि किस तरह की इन्फॉर्मेशन आप लोगों को चाहिए और दोस्तों से ज़रूर शेयर करें ताकि उनके भी मालूमात में इजाफा होता रहे। चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें। नेक्स्ट वीडियो में मिलते हैं। अल्लाह हाफ़िज़।